It's like 10 o'clock at night. All of a sudden, my audio doesn't want to work. A girl is tired. A baby is tired. And I have to stay up. Oh my gosh. What? I am in the office at 10 o'clock. This is crazy. This is insane. And I have been having the worst like insecurity bouts all day. Don't know what's wrong with me. Don't know why it's happening, but it is. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go. I feel like that was supposed to have sound. Does that not have sound? Okay. Well, we'll see where that goes. Welcome, guys, to the first episode of Basically Unbothered Recapped. This is where we are going to recap TV shows, movies, concerts if I go to any, music, books, the whole nine. And we're still going to have a little bit of pop culture. I've had a day. I've been so insecure. I literally journaled about it. Hold on. I'm going to show you. These are my trader notes and then like back there, but then over here is just like me journaling about how insecure I am. I literally wrote a blog post called Insecure Bitch because that is who I am in my life right now. It's not where I want to be in my life right now, but that is just who I am. And there's not shit I can do about it. And then I went to Pilates and I thought that Pilates was going to make me feel better. Guess what? It didn't. I really did think that. Like, I was like, okay, working out makes me feel better. Working out makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel so confident in myself, so like woman empowered. And this one just didn't. And I'm so devastated by how much it just did not, in fact, give me the feels. Also, my skin is doing something. I have like guys, I'm a wreck. Okay. I am just a wreck. But outside of that, we're going to get into it. I have my tea. I had popcorn, and we're going to talk about the first episode of Traitors. Also, didn't know they were going to release more than one episode. Who has time for this? Who's staying up this late? Not I. So we're going to have to record this first episode, and then I'm going to watch the next two. And then I'm going to talk about the next three and the next episode. But before we get into that, let's jump into some quick things. First of all, books. I just finished reading I say this Beyond the Pyramid. It is not Beyond the Pyramid. It's Bottom of the Pyramid by Nia Sioux. And if you have not read it, it is freaking fantastic. I think that this book is amazing. I think that it talks about things that we just don't want to talk about a lot, like racism, especially racism that existed 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when we weren't really talking about it that much and when microaggressions weren't something that we knew about and it was displayed on TV all the time. And I noticed that it was displayed on TV a lot when I used to watch Dance Moms because I used to love Dance Moms. And Nia and Chloe were always my favorite. So it makes me happy that in this book, it's Nia's book and Chloe is the one who does the forward. It does make me sad to have to hear some of the things that went on. Because some of them we knew about and some of them we saw and some of them we absolutely did not. Some of them were just a mystery to all of us. And knowing about it now makes me like livid. I am angry. I hope I never have to hear about these things again. But I'm also really here for her speaking up and her saying her piece. And I heard that one of the moms from Dance Moms was really not happy about her doing this and saying things and had feelings about, oh, well, she should have messaged me before she wrote these things in this book. But did you do them? But you did them though. So it doesn't matter. You did them. Okay. So, mm-mm. We're not doing that here. It's still sad. I will say it was fascinating to learn. In the end, it kind of died down and rightfully so. When it went away from the drama and more into like her personal life. But there were still things that I learned that I didn't know. Like I knew she was in a movie. I didn't know that she was on a soap opera for 2 seasons. I think that's really, really cool. I didn't know she did a lot of these things. I knew she was big on social media. I did. I've followed her on Instagram for quite some time now. And there was just certain things that I learned and certain things that I just really love about the way that she handled herself as a kid and she is handling herself now. My only caveat is I don't really like the pacing and the tone of her reading the audiobook. There were random pauses that would go and then it would continue. And I felt like they were very intentional, but for me, they just felt very off and like they didn't belong and they were pausing in places. And I didn't know if it was the editing that was the problem or what was happening, but it didn't sit right with me. Other than that, though, I definitely say give it a read. That being my first read in 2026 felt good. I didn't start the book until 2026 because I went into 20, like I wanted to go into 2025. I wanted to come out of 2025 having read all the books that I started. That didn't happen, but I was reading a holiday romance and I'm just not a holiday romance book. This one was better than the other ones. There were like slight nods, but it was fine. It was cute. It was by Hannah Grace. I love Hannah Grace. It just got boring. Maybe I'll get back to it. So I haven't officially DNF'd it yet. Maybe I'll get back to it, but it was just a little boring to me. I don't know. But I didn't want to start the Nia Sioux book until the beginning of 2026. So literally, I was about to start it in 2025. I was like, no, we're waiting. And we started it in 2026. So I just finished it. It was a pretty easy read. Honestly, I probably could have finished it a lot sooner, but I also have to listen to podcasts and have to watch Traitors now and a whole bunch of other things. And so I'm busy. I'm also reading physical books. I'm also having to work, run a podcast, run a business. I'm getting back into writing. I have a book in my mind right now that I'm thinking about writing. So a baby's doing a lot. A baby's doing a lot. And if I'm here, that's because I'm trying. I'm trying, guys. I am trying my absolute best. That being said, I'm happy that I got to read it. I am now working on my book club book, which is In the Likely Event. Hold on. It is, yeah, In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. So we're reading this for book club. It was my book club suggestion only because somebody told me that Rebecca Yarros had a book that wasn't a like her high fantasy book that everybody loves that I'm not reading. And so I really wanted to see where her roots stemmed from. And they said that she had this whole kind of like military romance series. This is such a good book. If you've already read this book and you are looking for a substitute for this book, may I suggest Skylark? Skylark is an indie author book. It is by Megan Michelle. I do sell it in my store, but you can also get it from Amazon or whatever. You can get it from her website. But I would say that right now these feel very similar and I kind of love it. Those are my 2 cents. Those are my little things out there. Tapping into pop culture really quickly. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the moms are fighting. We thought that dance moms are fighting. Apparently, no. Celebrity moms are fighting. And this all started with Ashley Tisdale writing an article for The Cut about how she got out of a toxic mom group and how she was bullied and she was left out and everybody was trying to figure out who's in this mom group, who would do this to Ashley Tisdale. The problem the problem is that when people found out who was in this mom group, it backfired on Ashley Tisdale because the people that are in this mom group are beloved. One of those people is Hillary Duff. I love Hillary Duff. If you've listened to Basically Unbothered, I've talked about this so much. I've listened to her new song. I have her new song. I can't wait for the full album to come out. So I'm not betraying Hillary Duff. Hillary Duff, okay, we talked about like parasocial relationships. I don't know any of these people, but Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore legitimately seem like good people. And maybe it's just blissful ignorance, but I don't want to believe that they would do this. There was also Megan Trainor and a couple other people that they mentioned that were in this mom group. This mom group formed by these celebrity moms who were all having COVID babies. That wasn't the end of it though, because guys, we love a man that comes through for his woman. I will say it once, I'm gonna say it again. We love a man that comes through for his woman. If your man is not coming through for you in 2026, what are you doing? What are you doing? So Hillary Duff's husband gets into the chat and basically trolls Ashley Tisdale and saying essentially that, were the other moms a problem or was it because she was tone deaf and she wasn't right for the group and she said things that made the group uncomfortable? And maybe that's the bigger issue here. And honestly, that's true. there are friend groups that I've got out of that I was left out of, and I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about being left out of it. I'm not upset about how any of it happened because we essentially just weren't the same. We were different. We thought differently. We expressed things differently. Our views on life were different. And does it hurt and does it suck? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, like that group wasn't for you. And if someone keeps mentioning to you, hey, maybe this is bugging me, hey, and you're not listening, maybe you should get kicked out of a friend group. I will say though, if it was handled in a sneaky way, not inviting you to as many places, and you feel like it should have been more direct, I completely understand. I am a person who cannot deal with communication that's not direct. If you have a problem with me, you have to say it to me. I tell this to my coworkers all the time, especially because right now I'm insecure bitch. I don't understand. You have to tell me. 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 If you do not tell me, I'm never going to guess it. I mean, I might feel it and then talk myself through it over and over and over again, but I'm not going to guess it. There were some rumors that Ashley Tisdale might be a MAGA supporter, but that was immediately shut down, and understandably so. If that's not true, I don't want anyone calling me that. That was immediately shut down, and they're trying to kind of put a handle on this. I'm awaiting to see what is going to come out of this drama and what is all going to come forward. We are going to be talking about this in further depth on the podcast that's going to come out on Monday for Basically Unbothered. So don't forget to listen to that because we're going to talk about it with our next guest. I'm so excited. Other than that, I don't think there's anything in pop culture that has really, really caught my eye, other than the fact that we've been inundated with Ariana Grande as Galinda photos and videos, and I need more. I could live in that life forever. I could live, and it's funny actually. I took a cycle class, and she was playing Dancing Through Life and jamming. I was in this cycle class. It was a Broadway cycle class. And she said, oh, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I heard that the first one's better than the second one. And the entire class erupted in a no, it's not. And so I'm all here. I hope that Wicked and Wicked for Good lives in people's minds until the end of time. I know that we're coming close to um award season. I know that Ariana Grande just recently got snubbed and people are really upset about it. And I am too. But there are more so because Ariana Grande gets snubbed a lot. Whether it's music or it's this acting, she gets snubbed a lot and it is unfair. There are actors that Leonardo DiCaprio, people fussed for decades about all of the snubs that he got. And I mean, what are we going to do? This is where we are. There's nothing that we can do. We're just here. So I'm excited. I will try to cover some of those as well as they come on, either on this podcast, on Basically Unbothered OG, or both probably. But yeah, we're going to get into our main topic though. So right now we're going to be watching TV shows, and I have TV shows in the works. I don't worry, guys. We're definitely going to be covering The Bachelorette with Taylor Frankie Paul. We have to. There's no way. There's no way that we cannot do it. I have seen the clips of it and I heard it is going to be iconic. So that is in the works. But before then, we got a special sweet treat. There is the Rookie treat. I know that the Rookie is out, guys. I'm going to watch it. Probably not as soon as it comes out because the Rookie is a show that I love, but it gives me so much anxiety. So much anxiety. But I do plan on covering it. But the show that we're going to be covering is Traitors. And I've never seen Traitors before. I don't know how the game works. I just know that Tiffany Mitchell is on and I'm so excited. I'm a huge, huge, huge Tiffany fan. And it's the reason why I'm watching. 100%. I have not watched Traitors. There's not been anyone on that was like, I really want to watch this. It seemed interesting to me. I just don't watch a lot of like live TV anymore. It's just not my thing. I am a binge watcher. I'm a binge watcher for life. I'm watching Private Practice right now. But I was like, you know what? We're in 2026. We're in a new era. We're gonna try new things. Is this gonna be bad for my anxiety? Probably. Will you guys see me in that corner? like curled up. Yes, I do have stuffies here. So, sometimes I'll watch and I'll hold my little stuffy and she'll be my little stuffy friend. And everything will be, period. But let's get into Traitors. First of all, the entrance. The entrance was epic. I am a pyromaniac. I love fire. So to see the fire, I was like, yes, flames, darkness, mystery. I love mysteries too. One of the first books that I ever started reading were Nancy Drew books. I loved Nancy Drew books. I probably don't like them now. I don't know. I haven't read them in a long time. But that was the first thing that I saw. And then, people start coming in, and I didn't know a lot of people. I don't watch that much reality TV. I don't watch The Real Housewives at all. It's not my thing. You guys are probably going to come for me, and as is your right. I just personally don't watch The Real Housewives, but it was interesting to see some of the people I did know, like Stephen Coletti. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. It's funny because they said One Tree Hill, which he was definitely on, but I'm pretty sure he was on a reality TV show before One Tree Hill, but he said, nah, F that reality. It was like the OC. No, not the OC. Oh my gosh, what was it? Hold on. We have to look this up. We have to look this up. Also, can we talk about how Steven is Steven and Stefan at the same time? So like if someone's name is spelled Stefan, Stephen, are they Stefan? Are they Steven? And I really, 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 really want to get this figured out. Reality TV show. He's done a lot of work to get his reality TV show off. Laguna Beach. He was on Laguna Beach and they quoted One Tree Hill instead of Laguna Beach. And I said, okay, do you, if that's where we're at, boo, that's where we're at. They also had Rob from Love Island on, and I just posted a video quoting Leah. I don't give a fuck. Rob has had a really good redemption arc. He didn't do that well after Love Island came out. He was, not a favorite for how he came for our girl Leah. But he has done a lot of things. He has been a lot in the like social influencer world, and I really love that for him. His thing is, I'm just from Alabama. I like boats and I like snakes. And I'm just like, okay, all right. Also, the fashion in this was Yam Yam, his coat. Also, Tiffany, her coat, which is so interesting. I made a note. Her coat was green, and the Traitors' cloaks are green. And I said, was that intentional? Was she trying to give a vibe? I can tell you guys already, I want Tiffany to be a traitor. There there was three Traitors that we the viewers know, and there's a secret traitor. I want it to be Tiffany. I want it to be Tiffany. If it's not Tiffany, guys, I might cry. I might revolt. Okay, to give you guys some context, my actual government name is Tiffany. I do not go by that at all. I don't go within my books. I don't go within my podcast. That's something that's like a family thing. I root for Tiffany's though. I do. I'm always going to root for Tiffany. So I'm definitely rooting for her. We also had Candace's outfit, and it just wasn't giving. It just wasn't giving. And I hated it. But I like her personality. I think she's really funny. I just didn't like the outfit. It was just pink and then the fluffy ruffles and then the knee highs that went all the way up to like her high thigh. I did love the chunky boots. I love a chunky boot. But it wasn't my vibe. Then, we get into kind of the breakdown of it, and the breakdown is, oh, so there's going to be faithfuls and then there's a traitor. Again, I've never watched the show, so I'm kind of recapping all of it. And Alan picks the first traitor in front of everybody, but we don't know who the first traitor is, and that's the secret traitor. And it was really, really, really hilarious. Hold on, I'm reading my notes. Okay, I will give that. Also mentions, I love Michael. Michael has always been hilarious and loud and crazy, and he may not say everything that's politically correct or whatever, but I there's something about me that loves a loud, crazy person. And then Travis Kelsey's mom, Mama Kelsey, she's so sweet. I can't hold her responsible for the rest, but she was so sweet. And I don't want her on the show. I don't, y'all. Someone said something like, if you vote her off, if you kick her off, the like Swifties will revolt. And that's one of the things like I hate. Ugh. Like let a show be a show. It doesn't matter who she's affiliated with. I mean, like it does. That's part of it. But like, don't get mad at the game that's being played. It's a game. Although y'all kicked Tiffany off and we're revolting. But we get into that and they do that and then everybody sits down and have a chit chat. Nobody knows who the secret traitor is. And then they get to the round table, which is really fascinating to me. And it definitely reminded me of a King author kind of vibe. So did the castle. And I remember making a note, wondering, do they live in this castle? But I guess that they have to, but maybe they don't. Maybe it's a secret offsite place where they actually stay. Cause this castle doesn't look livable. It looks like a big set piece, which I love, but I'm not sure if they're actually living there. I also wrote, I love Natalie. I do. She's so funny. I love her accent. I think that the way that she's playing it, where she's kind of innocent, but also secretly really petty, is perfect for this show. There's so many characters and there's so many different personalities, and I cannot wait to see how this all comes out. But the round table is where they pick the three new traders. And the three new traders are, I believe it's Candace, Lisa, and Rob. Because they picked two housewives. And that's really fascinating to me because that's a choice. It's a smart choice, but then Rob is coming up and the girls see each other and the girls are, yeah, it's Candace. And the girls are just giggling and like, oh my gosh, we're so happy. And then Rob's saying, I just want to play with someone who's level headed and um and patient and who can play this game. And I was dying because they're giggling and he sings at the same time. And I'm like, oh sweet baby Rob, that's not what you're gonna get. You're gonna get housewives as co-traders. I don't know how you're gonna handle this. And then it got them into some trouble because they started running their mouth after the mission. And Candace is trying to divert attention and get it on Michael, and she got in some hot water. Now she handled it well. She was saved. She was saved by Natalie, but she handled it pretty well, I will say. That being said, though, they got into hot water, and water is funny because the mission was water. And I thought it was really cool. I love the graveyard scene. I loved everything breaking up into teams. How's that going to work? Are they going to have each trader on every team? I don't know. And then I started wondering how the money works, but I'm learning. And apparently I was like, what's the missions for? Apparently the missions help to build the money that you win at the end. I don't know how the end is going to work. We're going to have to see that together. And they were putting coffins. They were putting coffins into people's graves, people who are playing the game. And I wrote down, if anyone does this to Tiff, I'm fighting. We're fighting. We're revolting. The girls are going to revolt. I already love the way that she's playing this game. She is so composed and she keeps everything really close to the chest. And obviously, she's known for alliances, but she's doing to me a really good job of not being overtly out there, but not being so quiet like Rob or some other people that you're just not being noticed. But when they put it in Donna's thing, I was like, womp, womp, womp. I just don't want her to. I mean, I get the choice. The choice is that she's here because it throws everybody off. Nobody wants to kick her off. She's like America's mama. I cannot remember the football player, but the football player whose mom used to do like the Campbell soup. She's kind of like that now, solidified by the fact that both of her sons were playing each other in the Super Bowl a couple years back. But I just don't want her here. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I don't know. There are other people that are really interesting to me. I love Yam Yam. I do. I really, really, really do. Colton was very hilarious. And like I said, I love Natalie. When a coffin wasn't in her grave and she's walking past and she says, let's look sad for everyone dying. So I really want Natalie to make it through right now. If I had to pick, who do I want to pick? We know I'm picking Tiffany. I want Tiffany to make it through. Michael, because Michael just makes the game more fun. I don't know her name, but she was on Survivor. I want her to make it through. I like her. I don't know how many people can make it through. I want Rob to make it through, but I also don't, because if he makes it through, then it's bad for everybody else. Unless Tiffany is a traitor, then it's great and we're happy. Je ne sais. But I want Rob to make it through. And I guess more people will stick out to me when they do. There are people who really didn't stand out to me that much right now, and they'll probably come more and more when as the game continues to play. But we ended with there being 4 people, and we have to they're getting murdered. I guess it's like a murder mystery. I need to get on like a murder mystery show. Honestly, no, I don't. I'd be terrible at this. I want you all to know, if I was ever on a murder mystery show, I would be terrible. It would be a wreck. It'd be really bad. Don't put me on. If I ever get on Traitors, guys, please make me a faithful. I can't be a traitor. I'm just not good at it. I'm just not. I don't like deceiving people. I don't like lying to people. I don't like playing games. I'm very straightforward. I'd probably just walk up and be like, yeah, it's me. I'm the Traitors. I'm here to murder all of you. I don't know. I am excited to see more. I'm excited to see who gets murdered. Obviously, it's not Rob, but I am excited to see who gets murdered, what's going to happen. I also want to know, do they hook up on this show? You guys have to let me know. Is there hooking up on this show? Do people fall in love? I don't watch reality TV shows that much anymore. I just don't. They're so volatile. I have seen Love Island, but I saw Love Island very close to the end of Love Island. So I don't know. We will see. Like I said, I'm going to watch the next 2 episodes, and then we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait until what's next? Thursday, Friday when this all comes out again. But I'm automatically like scrolling. The only thing that I'm upset about the most is that it came out at 9 p.m. Eastern. Guys, we're adults. Who's staying up to 9 p.m. Eastern to watch this? Apparently me. Apparently I am. It's almost 11 o'clock and I have not made it home. So apparently it is me, but we are going to leave it at that. I am so excited to start this new journey with you guys. I'm so excited for all of these things to come into fruition and for us to begin some recapping, some rehashing, some pettiness, some happiness, and thing in between. Thank you, Unbothered fans, for listening, and I will see you next episode. Pure Tifa Podcast.